eye, and that made me fly off and hit the side of my head on something before eventually hitting the ground. I've worked it out.
I figured it out.
I've worked it out. I've gone bang. I've gone bing bang bosh. That's what I've done. To the head, to the eye, to the ear. It makes sense. It makes sense.
That makes sense.
You know, my first instinct was just like, well, I guess I'm on the ground now. I may as well take my jumper off and use it as a pillow. Speaking of Dark Souls, have you heard of some of the changes in Dark Souls 2, Liam? There's a new stat for equip load, and then a stat for the stamina bar. There's also the new agility stat, which makes drinking estasis faster, bringing up shield fast. And every time you die, you lose 5% max health until you become human again. Holy shit, that's gonna be rough. 5% until you become human again. I guess you rinse your health down. It's almost like a slow curse, isn't it? And eventually you're going to have to go human mode. Well, not like human mode gets rid of it in Dark Souls, but that's kind of what it's like, innit? Human's going to remove that debuff.
So dying for that game, man.
OTG has ragdoll physics. Told you. OTG's getting better at puzzles. Figured out his own tragic collapse. How's the desk? Incredibly uninjured. You know, I can see on the little desk. I can see exactly where I hit though. I can see there's like a slight little chunk out of it, but not much. Not much. I swear to God, it didn't hurt it that much. Let's hope for a good PC port. Well, apparently, and they're probably just saying this to keep people quiet, but who knows? Apparently, what was I gonna say? Oh, apparently they're making it for the PC.
I so hope that's true.
They're making it for the PC and it's getting ported to the console. But in that case, why is the PC version delayed behind the console versions?
Maybe they're having difficulty with servers and shit like that. Maybe with Xbox, it's just Xbox Live and they're going.
Yeah, maybe, like Claire said, maybe it's just like a server thing and they need longer to get the servers up and running than the architecture. Maybe they want to do a stress test and shit like that or something, but I don't know. I guess there's more anti-cheating required for the PC version as well. Like, hacking on a console's not that easy. Hacking on a PC, I mean, I don't know, but I suspect incredibly easy nowadays, thanks to Google and shit like that. People just seem to type it in and search for it, and there you go. You've got some kind of speed hack. Do speed hacks even exist anymore? That's a bit old school, isn't it? You know, I see like hacks as like speed hacks and wall hacks and aimbots. That's it. But there's way more weirder shit than that nowadays. And you can be invaded in hollow form as well, apparently. Of course, you could just unplug. Which isn't really an option for me if I'm streaming it.
Well, you can just play it offline, can't you, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have... I mean, they're not going to force you to play with people, so... Do you plan to play ESO OTG? And Claire in chat. Elder Scrolls Online, yes, I to think.
Well, I've got the fucking.
Oh, I've got a beta invite key as well.
Yeah, I just can't install it.
I've got a beta invite key. You're not allowed to stream it though. You're not allowed to stream Elder Scrolls Online. I remember seeing a pop-up on Twitch the other day going, Elder Scrolls Online has not been cleared for streaming and blah blah blah. If you do so, you'll be violating DMCA and we're gonna shove a fist up your bum.
You're gonna do what?
Shove a fist up your bum. And we also might remove your channel, so fuck that.
You're not one.
Apparently the Metal Gear Revengeance port was fine. To be fair, Konami's actually got a lot of fucking work to do because they've had some fucking terrible ports. Terrible ports. Can't wait for fucking Darkside Phil's playthrough of Dark Souls 2. That should make for some interesting montage videos. Not very interesting watching the original, But watch the montage video spliced together with some little fucking baby sounds and other kinds of shit like that, and you've got comedy gold.
Fucking amazing.
How did I get an ESO beta invite? Somebody sent me one. Not the, I mean, Claire just got it sent to her just randomly. I think you got lucky there, Claire.
I think I signed for the beta. I think that helped.
Well, no, I know you signed up for it, but, you know, like, I mean,
I don't remember doing that, mate.
I signed up for loads of fucking betas and I never get in. And I could have signed up for that one, for all I remember. I don't think I did, but I could have signed up. Yeah, somebody just sent, some cool guy sent me a key.
Get in that truck, you stupid rabbit.
I mean, someone's here like, fuck Elder Scrolls, it's way overhyped. It's like, I mean, I've got to be honest, I'm not quite like fuck Elder Scrolls type level, but I am kind of like, I think it's a bit overhyped, the entire like series of it.
You didn't like Oblivion, did you?
I've not minded, but not liked any of the games. The Skyrim was the only exception. I actually didn't mind Skyrim at all. I actually liked Skyrim. But that's been the only one out of them all. They're not too bad. Like I said, I don't hate the games. I just don't like... Even Oblivion, I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it either. And, I mean, Morrowind, I found enjoyable, but that was, like, during Xbox days, so it was a bit more different there. But, like I said, I'm not of the, like, you know, I hate the Elder Scrolls series camp. But at the same time, I am of the camp that thinks it was blown out massively out of proportion. Both Oblivion especially blown out of proportion. And Skyrim is actually worthy of some hype. It is pretty good. Like the scale of it and shit like that, and, you know, the dragons and other shit like that. And it seemed alright to Skyrim. It seemed alright. And yeah, it's like, in a nutshell, I don't mind them. I don't mind them, but like I say, the hype does seem quite high on it, but like, I don't really fall victim to hype on something like that, so the hype doesn't really affect me. It can be overhyped all it wants. It don't really affect me because I didn't go in there with any hype, does it? So it's not really a detrimental effect. It's not something you go, well, I don't like the game. I don't like the game because it was overhyped. It's like, well, did the hype affect you going into it where you enjoyed it or not? It's like, no, because I thought it was overhyped before I even went in there. It's like, well, I don't know what the problem is at that point. The overhype shouldn't have affected you, but it doesn't matter. And yes, Archer tonight. Cannot fucking wait. Well, I will have to wait, because it'll be tomorrow. But still.
I should really be in bed.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, the leveling system, like, as soon as people explained to me what the leveling system was about, which, to be fair, and I still hold true to this day, was fucking moronic. The stupidest leveling system I've ever seen. Hands down. Hands down, there's Commodore 64 RPGs with superior leveling systems than Oblivion's. So, yeah, don't get me wrong, it did get in the way and stuff like that, but at the same time, like, you know, it's like, it can't... You know, understanding the game and then realising that I don't like it based on that, you know, that can't be helped. That can't be helped. Like I said, don't get me wrong, I ain't dissing. I ain't dissing the Elder Scrolls series. I'm not. I'm just saying, like, you know, in fact, I even said, like, I don't agree with, like, you know, fuck the Elder Scrolls series. I don't agree with, like, you know, that. But at the same time, like, I do kind of agree. Only a bit, but a bit, you know, some bit, like, Skyrim was massively hyped. And, you know, on release, it was buggy as fuck. Buggy, I mean, nowadays, a lot of folk have forgotten, but Skyrim, it was.
How so?
Fucking people were losing the saves left, right, and centre, getting stuck in fucking shit left, right, and centre. There were dragons and shit flying backwards and upside down.
I do remember the backwards and upside down dragons, yeah, I do remember.
There were all kinds of fucking shit wrong with it. There were fucking performance issues, massive UI issues that people still have even to this day. And have to use mods and shit. You know, and that's what I'm saying. You know, so in my opinion, for something to be hyped up to that kind of triple A star kind of level, a game should come out perfect. But to be fair, that's asking too much nowadays, isn't it? Games don't come out fine nowadays like that. You know, for it to have been worth the triple A star hype, it would have had to have come out with no problems. People losing saves and getting stuck in places and upside down flying dragons, as funny as that actually is, and I would have pissed myself at the time I've been playing it, but still, as funny as that is, that's not triple A star hype, is it? It's not met the hype. Because it's not a perfectly functional game. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I actually enjoyed Skyrim. I thought it was, for the bit I played of it so far, and I do intend to actually finish it one day. I'll start over again now, like, but you know, I do intend to actually play it and finish it. So obviously I can't have that bad of an opinion of the Elder Scrolls series. And like I said, I played a lot of Morrowind, and I actually enjoyed Morrowind as well. Now think about it, I actually played a shit ton. I remember now, actually. I remember one summer just fucking sat there playing Morrowind for a couple of weeks.
I've never played Morrowind.
I was just literally laid in bed playing Xbox for about a couple of weeks almost, fucking playing Morrowind. So so obviously I must have enjoyed it.
You're a sucker for punishment.
One or the other.
I hate this game. I'm gonna play it forever.
But the early Elder Scrolls games were alright. Oblivion, not my cup of tea. Shame really, because Sir Pat Stew's in there, isn't it?
Not for long.
Not for long.
No, not really.
The only great bit about that game, and it's not for long.
It's a really good gameplay. It's just the leveling system was fucked. But yeah, he's only in it for like the tutorial.
Thing is, I'll have to play Oblivion again, but we're one of those mods that changed the leveling system to be like unretarded. Because it really was fucking stupid. What was it like now? It was something daft, wasn't it? Like, just running would detrimentally affect, like, your ability to fight.
Yeah, you basically had to level the right skills that you actually want to level. So, like, if you didn't want to level, like, your acrobatics, is it acrobatics or... Oh,
Athletics
or
and...
something,
yeah.
then you had to walk everywhere you went, and you walked like a sack of shit.
Yeah, make sure you don't fall in any water, because that swimming skill's gonna fuck your fucking swordsmanship up later on. It's like, what? Because I took a swim for like 2 minutes, now all of a sudden I can't level up my fucking swords properly and shit like that. Because I didn't want to walk around at 1 mile an hour. It's like, now all of a sudden I can't train shields. What's that?
It was absolutely amazing.
Don't fucking fall down anywhere, because if you've got to jump to get up anywhere, well, you better forget about that magic. It's just dumb. Seriously. Did nobody in Bethesda at the studio go, well, actually, Bethesda has a fucking, yeah, but now think about it, like, a lot of Bethesda games come out buggy as fuck, don't they? Like Fallout and New Vegas especially. Yeah, I remember people saying here.
Rabbit trap.
Like, I think the community has a patch for over 35,000 bugs for New Vegas. Holy shit.
Wow.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, the games themselves, I actually like. I think, actually, now that I talk about it more and more, I think I'm actually getting to the root of the problem. Like I say, the hype is about the only thing that bugs me about it. And I think that comes down to the company not releasing a game that I consider to be of the standard of the hype. I think that's the bottom line. Like, Bethesda releases a game, it's buggy as all fuck, but people are saying it's the best game ever, when clearly it's not.
Yeah, people need to stop praising games that aren't.
Well,
saying they're perfect.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't release... Well, sorry, you can't hype up a game to be perfect when it's bug-riddled, because it's just going to send the wrong messages to developers, and that's what that's the message developers have kind of got at the moment, innit? Where we can release it in any state and then patch it afterwards. And indie is going the exact same way at the moment. That kind of like, well, as long as people love the license or love our game, then they're gonna hype it up to the point of, you know, like it's perfect and shit like that, and we can just release it. I mean, look at DayZ. That it's kind of like Minecraft all over again, but at least in Minecraft it was actually functional. You know, there were bugs in Minecraft and there was a lack of content, but my god, DayZ, holy fucking shit. That has to be the most barren, unexciting, sparse as all fuck, unfinished, buggy, not ready to be released game I have ever seen. Ever.
But like I said, it was like, oh, it's only in beta and shit like
But yeah, this is it. Go and read the Steam fucking reviews for it. The Steam reviews are like, this is the best game ever, best game, best game. Don't let the haters sway you off. Obviously, there's going to be some bugs, because it's in alpha. The typical alpha and beta shield. And it's like, it's not in a releasable state. If somebody said to me, do you recommend DayZ or TG? I would say, fuck no, I do not. It's not playable. I don't know how people are playing it. There is literally nothing to do in there. DayZ implies, you know, fucking Day Zombie or whatever like that.
Is that what it's meant to stand for?
I think so.
I was wondering what it meant.
And it's like, you won't even see a zombie for fucking hours in that game. And even if you do, it's probably either hitting you through a floor, or it's fucking completely going to ignore you. And it has no idea. Pop, pop, dead. Well, that was fucking fun. Like I say, I mean, I hate to fucking bash into it. I really fucking do, because I know some folk really fucking, I know some folk really like DayZ, and don't get me wrong, I ain't attacking the concept of DayZ. Because the concept is fantastic. I just don't think it's in a releasable state at the moment. It's really not. And like, yeah, well, it's true. I mean, they do warn that it's an alpha, but there's a difference between an alpha and a prototype. You don't sell a it's not alpha. It's not alpha, it's not beta. It's a fucking prototype. You know, I reckon that's probably going to be at a fucking alpha this time next year if they're fucking lucky. I honestly don't think that DayZ's in an alpha state. I think DayZ's in a prototype state. Look at what this game could be. Look at what you could do. Look how it might be in the future. That's a prototype, in my opinion. And what else is that? That's fucking DayZ. It's the most rushed out indie game ever, in my opinion.
Well, wasn't it like the original one on Armor? Wasn't it out for like half a year, and then that just suddenly comes out or something?
I think it's been out for Armor for quite a while as the mod.
Oh, has it? Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
It's at least year and a half, 2 year old or something.
Oh, fair enough. I have no scale of time.
But yeah, like, I mean, with DayZ, like, I stand by my opinion of, I don't think it's even in alpha stage. I think it's in, like, a fucking prototype stage. But, you know, some folk fucking love the concept and, like, they push past all the bullshit in there. OTG, here's my take on DayZ. They don't have any money before they released it, I bet. So they said, fuck it, we need money. Let's sell it. But what they did was horrible, making $30 for an incomplete as fuck game. Quite unfair of them. Seriously, like, OTG has the loosest definition of alpha, of what alpha is ever. I mean, don't get me wrong, you could call it an alpha. But, like, I don't know. I think it's actually, like, I've played a lot of alphas and a lot of I mean, alpha is, like, incredibly rough. And don't get me wrong, like, it is an alpha. I'm just kind of, like, I'm just laying in a bit. It is an alpha. but I've played a lot of alphas that have been in a lot of better state than that. In a lot better state. It's certainly nowhere near beta. Nowhere near. Like I say, it's the most prototype alpha I've ever seen in my life. And for something that's so massive, it's very confusing. I don't think you can even call DayZ a zombie game, to be fair. I don't think you can call it a zombie game at all. You have to have zombies in a zombie game. You know, and they don't exist as far as I fucking can tell in DayZ. And the armor engine as well. I appreciate what the armor engine can do, but it's so janky as fuck, is the armor engine.
Janky.
Really is. Well, exactly, I mean... You know, they pushed it out because, you know, obviously there was going to be a big uptake on it, and there has been. But it's just not my kind of game. It's not my kind of game. I love the idea of it, but I don't think the idea is actually done how I expect it to be done. Like, I get this idea of how it should play out, and it isn't actually like that. It just doesn't actually work. It doesn't play out like that. It plays... It might... I mean, this is kind of going to sound quite brutal, like, but what it plays like is you're on a map that could accommodate about 200 plus players, but is actually only 40. So you've got an absolute... This is like, say you're playing a first-person game, it's like the server rotates onto a map that's about 5 to 10 times bigger than what it actually should be for the number of players on the server, which makes it for a shit game.